I'm gonna use this one. It's a lot more realistic because people don't typically wear those really long nails. And then I'm gonna go in with some French white chocolate. I'm gonna cure this for 60 seconds. Oh, gotta get that fake cuticle there. I'm gonna move this out of the way just in case we want to use it later. Otherwise it'll cure. Even though it's far away, it'll still cure. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a second coat of French white chocolate just for some extra coverage and cure it for 60 seconds. These are from Tammy Taylor Gel-Against. It's Peppermint Kisses, Sundays, Butter Popcorn, Tropical Gardens, Blue Bombshell, and New Flame. I'm gonna do a tie-dye design just right here on the tip. So I'm gonna go in with Peppermint Kisses. You don't want it too thick, but you want it thick enough to be able to play with it. And then another important step is to take a towelette and clean it off, making sure it doesn't need to be all the way cleaned, it just can't be like, oops, submerged in another color. So that's Peppermint Kisses. We're going in with Sundays. Perfect for Sundays. Get it? And then wipe that off. Move this over. Butter Popcorn. I'm gonna go from this way down. Wipe that off. Tropical Gardens. Oops. You'll notice I say oops a lot in these videos because I just be oopsin'. Blue Bombshell. Let's cover that side a little bit better. Wipe it off. And New Flame. New Flame is so pretty. Okay, now what I like to do is add just a little bit of top coat. So the reason why I didn't put top coat on the whole thing is because it just starts dripping. So I just put a thin layer of top coat just right on top of the white, as close as I can without touching that gel polish. You don't want to touch any of the color. Try to make it as even as possible on the nail. Without touching the color. So you can kind of see the separation there in between the purple and the clear. So then I'm going to take my brush. I wiped it all off as well as I could. It's all wiped off. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to make a tie-dye pattern. I can show you, how can I show you? I'm going to show you this way because I feel like that's a better angle for you guys to see. I'm going to go from tip to cuticle and try to be kind of quick with it. You don't want to go too, if you go slow, the shakiness of your hands will disturb the vibe, you know? from tip to cuticle, tip to cuticle, or I guess at this point it's like this side, and then wipe this off and come back to that center and go from tip to cuticle, tip to cuticle, tip to cuticle. That is so cool. Look how that turned out. And now I'm going to carefully, I'm going to clean my brush first. And I'm going to carefully go in between that pattern. If you don't want to do this step, you don't have to. But I'm going to go the opposite direction. Oh, see, that's why it's important to clean off your brush. Dang it. Although, do I hate that? I don't think I hate that. Let's just go ahead and do that on purpose. Huh. I actually think that's kind of cool. Yeah, that is kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. Wow, look at it under the light. That's really neat. Now, because I'm feeling even more extra, I'm going to take some Intense True Black and put it on a plate. Just a little. And then some Intense True White and put it on a plate. Now these don't have, I don't think, these have a tacky layer. So if you ever use it for a design in the future, those don't have a tacky layer, but they're so pigmented, they are so perfect for nail art. I'm going to, take my black, nope, I'm gonna clean that off. I'm gonna take my white, oops, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of white and put it right on the corner of that cuticle area. Oops. And then wipe that off. I'm gonna take the black, put it right on top of that white that I just created. And I'm gonna repeat these steps. Just like I did with the colors. I'm gonna do it with the black and white, cleaning off my brush each time I use it. I'm gonna do another white. And then I'm gonna take my top coat and put it everywhere that's cured and nowhere it's not. You don't want to blend it together. And then take your striper brush after you wipe it clean, and you go from cuticle to tip, cuticle to tip. And don't forget to clean off the cuticle if you need to. Cure it for 60 seconds. Make sure you move your plate. I'm going to take my I'm Not Tacky top coat and put the final top coat on there. And I can already hear the comment section saying, oh my God, that's the ugliest nail I've ever seen. Cure for 60 seconds. I would never get something like that. Who would pay for something like that? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so there's been so many times where someone would come in and they'd get some nail art, and I thought it was hideous, but man, did they love it. They freaking loved it. And there's some suggestions that I will make that people don't like, and suggestions I make that change their lives. So really, there's no wrong answer when it comes to art. I like how it blends in the middle there, kind of does some, it's just funky. It's just fun and funky. But you don't have to like it, but I really like it. Anyway, thanks for watching.